Hey guys, welcome. Great to have you guys here. This is LJK Financial Foundations. I'm Lonnie Cernoli. I'm here to answer the questions that you guys have about money. And are you like more than 69% of Americans? Watch the video and find out. Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of the emergency fund videos. If you missed video 1, check that out where I talked about the $1,000 being saved for emergency fund. Went into that, the needs and wants, what constitutes a real emergency with a car breaking down, muffler, have to get the car fixed, $600. Boom, grab it from your emergency fund. Easy peasy. You guys are able to just take it out of the emergency fund and get it taken care of rather than going in debt, putting it on a credit card, borrowing for money, other things like that. So check out the video if you haven't, but that's really what that was. A quick overview of that. One last thought I had on that. Since last week, a lot of you guys are getting your stimulus checks. It's going to be more than $1,000. So take $1,000 and put it on there, and then you have your short-term emergency fund taken care of. Boom. You didn't have to come out of money any extra. You didn't have to budget any extra. You didn't have to do anything other than take money that you had coming to you and take care of it. So super easy way of getting that step out of the way. So now we're talking about the long-term emergency fund here in week 2, what it is, why to do it, and how to get it started. So what is a long-term emergency fund? A long-term emergency fund is 6 to 8 months of expenses that you need as far as living. You can do it longer if you want, but some people want to do that. But you got to get started somewhere and start with 6 to 8 months of expenses. And that's really what that boils down to, guys. That's what the long-term emergency fund is. If something happens to your job and you're devastated by a job loss, you are able to fall back on this cushion to help you out. Why do I need to do this? Why? Because this has happened to so many people in 2020, guys, because of the pandemic. 68% was of people who were devastated with their finances because of the actions of the pandemic in 2020. So, guys, that's why you don't know what tomorrow looks like, guys. So the only way you can do is start planning for those things. Planning for, I don't know what the next thing will look like, if the shots are going to take care of everything and we're going to go back to normal, or if there's going to be some other version of the pandemic that comes down the road, or something else. Who knows? I can't promise anything. I don't know what tomorrow brings. And nobody does. So that's why you got to plan ahead for this stuff. That's why it's good to have the cushion, because you want to be able to make sure that if your job is, you have some kind of job loss, you have this taken care of. Maybe nothing's going to happen with anything like that. Maybe a company decides to downsize. I don't know, guys. Just be ready for the situations if you end up losing your job, because so many people have been devastated and have lost their jobs, and there's been so many people not gone back to work yet. There's still a lot of you out there just struggling, trying to figure out how to get by. And that's why this emergency savings is so important, to help you through this, to help you get through these kinds of things. Some of you already burned through that. Some of the numbers show that 46 million people wiped out their emergency fund during the pandemic. So, and another study shows that 61% of people this year will wipe out their emergency fund. So whether it was last year and you bottomed out and you lost you went through your whole emergency fund and are still trying to figure out how to get by, or this year, I hope there's a new normal or a normal of some sort that we can get back to. But I don't know, like I said. The thing is that I can tell you is that 30% of people couldn't afford an emergency of more than $400. That's what I can tell you. I can guarantee you that 69% of Americans had less than $1,000 saved in their emergency fund. That's what I can tell you guys. I can't tell you what tomorrow looks like, or next week, next month, next year. But I can tell you that if you save for those kinds of things that in your job is lost because of it, you can take care of that. You can be ready for those situations, friends. You're not devastated by it. So how do I get started, Lonnie? How do I save this money? How do I get started on this emergency fund? Well, there's a couple things you can do. Again, you guys are getting stimulus checks. You can take, if you don't have that first step done, take that $1,000, put that from your stimulus toward that. And some of you are getting multiple stimulus checks because there's multiple people in your household, you have kids and all that kind of stuff. What that looks like, you could take that money and put that toward that. That may be your full emergency fund, and you may not even have to come out of any extra out of pocket trying to save that up. It may be half of it, so you're halfway there at least. Maybe less than that, I don't know. It depends on your expenses. It depends what your everything looks like. You have to budget things out. You have to take a look at your expenses, guys. What does that look like for your 6 to 8 months or more, if you want, of expenses? Do the budget. If you don't know how to do a budget, check out my budget video and really go into depth on that. You can get the budget template that I have for my Etsy shop. Go through that, double check that, guys, but you want to go through it. That's what's going to help you figure out what you need to save. And also you can take a look at, do I have extra money? The wants and the needs things that I always talk about. Are there things going to wants? I want I want a Netflix. I want the food delivery service. I want to eat out. I want XYZ. I want that I'm paying for, extra here and extra there. And all that adds up, guys. All of it adds up. So, is there things that you can cut back on? I have a friend of mine that I just was going through her budget and stuff, and she was talking online about this on Facebook Live, and she talked about how she has no debt, goes through all kinds of stuff, and she was going through her budget and found that they can save money on eating out because they didn't realize how much they ate out. That's why a budget's important, guys, to go through and figure that kind of stuff out. Are you spending the extra money on things that you're not aware of? Is there subscriptions you're paying on that you're not aware of? Are you spending more on eating out? Are you paying more on stuff than you have to? Are you paying more on your car payment than you actually need to? Are you paying double the amount to pay the car off faster? Are you paying things so that you can get your debts taken care of faster? Put that on a pause. Pay the minimal amount and put that money toward this. These are ways that you can take care of that. But Lonnie, what if I'm part of the 46 million that was devastated by this and I have no money? I'm paycheck to paycheck. I have no extra money. Whatever that looks like. There's no extra money that I have. The money that I have from the stimulus checks is being spent on taking care of getting the car fixed or whatever that looks like. Well, at this point, friends, you may have to see about doing something extra, a little side hustle to get things on your downtime. I'm not saying spend every waking moment that you're not working or on your downtime to do this, but take a few hours and drive Uber, do a food delivery service, whatever that looks like, guys. There's a lot of different things online. You can go on Fiverr, be a freelancer, and do a lot of different freelance work. There's a lot of different options out there that you can do. There's so many things, and that'll be a future video I do. Some of the side hustles that are out there, options that I've researched or really gone through. But that's another thing. I mean, you can just do that a couple hours a week so that you have some money coming in going toward that, guys. Start today. You got to start today. That's the big thing. If you haven't started this emergency fund, start it today. I urge you that. If you got something out of this, guys, I want you to hit subscribe and understand that I know that you guys can do this. I know that it's difficult, but take your stimulus check, take whatever you have coming in and make that happen, guys. You can do it. It's a difficult step. These are all difficult steps. Money is not an easy thing. I know that there was a recent study that 44% of people talked about how they are majorly depressed about money and whatnot. And really, when it comes down to it, it's understandable. And of that, they talked about also 28% monthly, when they sit down to do their bills, get majorly depressed. Don't be part of this, guys. Save the money, have that cushion, be able to be taken care of. Have the breath of life to be able to know that, hey, if something comes down, if there's some kind of job loss, I'm laid off, my job is cut back because of whatever down the future, I have this cushion. I'm taken care of. I know how to take care of it. Start today, guys. And if there's some other things that you guys understand that you have out there of saving for emergency funds and things like that, like I said, leave a comment below, guys. Some of those things, some of the systems that you guys have. Also, if there's some other video that you want to see me do financially getting into things, leave a comment below about that. I know that I have a list of things that I want to get through and get to, but if there's something that you guys want to see, leave a comment. Let me know if there's something that you're curious about as far as finances and financial foundations and things like that, to be able to get through it, that you have questions about. I'm always willing to do other videos as far as, checking that kind of stuff out. And if you have some kind of suggestion, like I said, let me know. That's all. Let me know. Leave a comment below and let me know your questions about finances. So, again, if you guys got anything out of this, hit the like button. Also, in the next video, we are going to be talking about savings funds and the Rule 72. So, check out the quote and have a great day. See you in the next video, guys.